encontrándose en un LAN del Campeonato Mundial de Rocket League.
You brought us here, now we will take you out. The club versus Furia, our fifth team to be secured in our top 8. What a moment this has been in a season that South America has taken over. They get to do it not figuratively, but literally. Dickie's arena belongs to Sam.
History will be made today. History has been made today, and it's going to be the brothers from South America. The teams have been lining up. We've seen across the season players like Jan step up to be one of the best in the world. Will it be somebody from the club to do the same?
But brotherhood doesn't matter anymore. It's a rivalry that we have seen over and over in South America. 42 times the guys have gone against each other. I mean, in overtime, a team overtimes at all. I mean, they have seen each other, facing each other, you know, week after week, basically.
And this isn't just South America. This is purely Brazil. Every single player from Brazil, all of them have spent their time together this week, and now they're in the draw.
It is a match that we have seen played online numerous times, but South America steps up when it comes to offline events. Which of these teams will be able to put together their game plan better than the other? Furia came in, everybody was talking about Furia. That's what South America was associated with in nearly every single conversation, but the club, they want to be the main topic of focus. Card off the reset, and KV1 takes it away.
This first game is going to be so important. This is going to determine how the series really develops, especially for the club who have experienced this stage before. You'd really hope that they can start off strong.
And I've been saying that the club is a different beast now from what they were maybe a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. They have evolved so much, and what Furia knew about them last time might not be the same that they're gonna encounter today.
It was only until Regional 3 that the club were fighting so close to Furia and were only one game away from taking the grand final and getting themselves to London. Furia are the ones that stopped them from going to London and then brought them back here.
Well, the club have got numerous winners on their team, not just from their match yesterday against Dignitas Hall, because the Stromic narrowly avoids getting wiped off the field. But even able to come in yesterday and sweep our 1v1 show matches. Jan won his against TRK, a massive victory for him. KV1 able to take down apparently Jack. Everyone on here has only experienced victory in this arena.
Oh, that was a nice shot from Carter. They're getting started now, the guys from Furia. They're trying to get the ball close to the net. Lost will have to make that, try to go for the offense there. KV1 now, the middle, no one there to get the pass. That should be, and he's not whiffing the ball right now. Furia, maybe they're feeling the nerve.
Yeah, club are doing exactly what they need to as well, not just to take down a team like Furia, but also to combat those nerves. Challenging early, getting up in Furia's grill, keeping them on the back foot, and that one's just off the post. We almost found the first goal going the way of the club.
Off the wall. No follow-up available, still looking for our first goal of the series. These two teams so used to going to Game 7 against each other. Are we going to get more of that today? As Card with Jan downfield. Chooses not to go for him, instead the infield option is available. Good pop back into the corner. Setup still being looked for. This is a good opportunity from this position. And KV1 fully aware of that, made sure to cover the angle and gets a transition to the opposite side of the field.
You can see how much club have played up against Furia in their regionals. They've shut down Jan. They're not giving Card any room as well. No chances just yet for Furia, and there's been a few good ones for the club.
Lost has a chance right now. He's going for the pass, maybe going for the bump as well, but Stromic a little bit too far on that play. And I feel like Stromic has been on the back of the field a lot, maybe more than he should, and you know, wasting a little bit of some opportunities for the club.
I kind of like that as an addition though from the club. We are seeing KV1 and Lost having much more effect at the front throughout this land, and there's that ability for Stromic to adjust as the captain of this team. That's going to be so important.
Oh, Guard with the save!
Stromic tries to recycle the possession. Keeps it going, two teammates behind him, they've reboosted. They should be available, especially now that this ball popped into the air. Kaio on the follow, good block off the side!
It's just not working out for either of them. They've had some close chances.
Definitely, both of them have good chances. Lost now again. Oh, whiffing that one. Good clear by the Furia.
It's been a match that has been riddled with mistakes, but mistakes that keep throwing everybody off. Off the reset. Will this be our first? No follow available. We stay at 0-0.
They've shut down the Great One on the line with 15 seconds left to go. Overtime looting. Angst almost found one. That looks very likely to hit that OT.
Reset. Astromic might get one more chance for his team. Demo on one. Here comes KV1. He's shut down immediately. We start off Saturday with overtime.
We knew the club had a good defense. We knew they were able to play against Furia, but I wasn't expecting a no-goal game in this first match. Oh, that was so close from Kaio. Kaio TG1 just landing on the post, and the ball, maybe still alive in this overtime.
They're getting the chances, but it's frustrating here. Another overtime. We've almost hit a 50% overtime rate between the club and Furia throughout their regionals. In the 43 games they've played, it's about a 49% overtime rate.
Now off the wall, Kaio with Card on the chase. Takes back over, off the wall, 2 players gone. Heavy touch, however. Means that Kaio's got to reset. KV1 tasked with getting rid of the danger. Chooses to take the challenge. Who's first to the recovery? Being played so far very well. No mistakes can be allowed, especially not at this level when you are fighting for an opportunity to get into our top 8.
A lot more control coming out from Furia as well. They're finding each other. They're spread out a lot more. Earlier on in the game, a lot of double commits that came out from them, as expected from the first game on the arena.
Yeah, it's a different playstyle from what we have been seeing from Furia or the club. More so from Furia, I think. Even they look a little bit weird against G2 because G2 was so menacing the whole time. But in this case, we haven't seen Kaio on the midfield. We haven't seen Card cutting the ball that much. It's just, I mean, is it the club that knows how to play against them, or is it another strategy from Furia?
And Yan has been spending a lot of time up there on the backboard in that offensive half. Normally, he's really effective when he has a bit of room on the ball where he can get that chip and chase it all the way down the field because he's so good in the air with the flip resets, he will still outplay you at any point in the pitch.
Yan off the wall, has players available, try to go by himself. It's just back and forth between these two teams. There's the set, there's the finish! Furia won, the club nothing!
That was an excellent pass, but I mean, the shot from Kaio, I mean, the way he puts it behind the loss, that was picture perfect. And now Furia with the lead in the series.
They won game as 8. They got so much confidence from that. We've seen them in London, even when they came top 6 at the LA Major. It always came off a very slow start when it was in the crowd. Kaio especially always started incredibly slow in front of the crowd. Not this time. They have the confidence and the experience.
So, game 1 goes to the bigger brother. What have the club got? They're a team that yesterday did so well at changing the play style that they were going with. Managed to keep switching it up, found a rhythm that worked for them. But what a goal. When you play in overtime like that, the worst thing I want to see is just a bad goal going off a mistake. That was well played, well earned. It was a match though, Yummy, that the rhythm didn't quite get settled in. For the first 2 minutes, there was quite a few whiffs.
There was a lot of whiffs. The club got a lot of pressure, but they weren't finding infield passes. They weren't having that KV1 solo play that has been so effective throughout this LAN either.
Well, at the same time, I think it's going to be hard for KV1 to do so in this stage, in this game today, because, again, they are expecting KV1. They know what to expect from KV1. They know what to expect from Lost. I think in this case, I really want Astromic to step up. He has to be the game changer for the club.
Game number 2 underway. The club and Furia. Once again, trying to fight to make it to Championship Sunday.
Will be interesting to see if the club, like we saw yesterday, go more on the back foot, reel Furia in. I think that would be a mistake. Giving a lot of space to Yan is always a danger for even the best team in the world. But of all the teams, I would trust the club to know how to play up against Furia.
Card goes low and forces Lost into action. This has been the player of the tournament for the club. Went from relative unknown to full household name with the way that he was playing in Wildcard. He has really put the club on the pedestal.
In one split, Lost was a bubble player, and now he's one of the best in Stan.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that maybe you knew about him if you were playing 6 months or something like that. But other than that, I mean, you wouldn't have him on the radar. And then all of a sudden, he's here looking phenomenal against the best guys in the world. Now with the chance of the pass, Guard. Oh, he's going to make it himself. No pass whatsoever. And Guard gets the first goal of the game.
Guard moves in. Doomsy dish to put it past the club. 1-0 Furia. And despite the fact that Furia had a rough opening minute to our first game, the club didn't capitalize, and this is what it tends to result in at this level.
Card really is the ace up their sleeve as well, because you can take out Jan, and that just gives him a little extra room. We've seen him pop off multiple times this tournament. If he's doing it again, they're not just looking for a championship Sunday, they might be looking to go the entire way.
Completely. I mean, a lot of people are expecting them to do so, and rightfully, I think. I mean, I'm one of them. So Furia right now just trying to show them, you know, the club how it is done here at this level.
There's a lot of people for the first time in RLCS World Championship history that think that a non-EU, non-NA finals is actually possible. A lot of people looking over to Falcons. A lot of people came into this looking towards Furia. But you win this, you then take that mantle. You're the team from South America. They're thinking, you might win this.
And if you win this, you have to face down Moist, the tournament favorites, to get that chance to get into the grand finals. But if you can take down Moist, you can win it all.
But Furia has been that team for South America for so long. This is nothing new. I mean, if they win this, they're still going to be the team from South America. And they are happy to do so.
And that's a huge development for Furia, because we always knew how good they were. They would dominate scrims before an event. They would play so well as a team. But when it got to the stage, that's where everything fell apart. It's so good to see that experience, how much they've grown, not just as players, but as individuals as well.
Well, for now, the club struggling to put plays together. Had a good opening gambit. Now off the wall, lost. Gonna get a second touch. He throws them off, but Astromic beat handily to that ball by Jan. Very simple read for a player of his caliber. Now looking for the pass. Midfield. Just a bit of a miscommunication. People having different ideas about what they want to play.
Right now, Astromic is trying to go for the demos, and he's getting a few. So maybe that's throwing them a little bit off. I think beforehand it was Lost, the person that was going for those demos, and now Astromic getting that role might be, you know, ooh, that was close from Guard. Might be throwing off KB1 and Lost a little bit.
The demos were very effective against Dignitas. We know that they are able to execute it. As long as they've communicated it wisely between each other. A bit of pressure coming out from Furia though, and for the club, they have been very comfortable throughout this weekend in holding a defensive position. They are starting to run low of boost now.
The demo play is very difficult to go for when you're the team in defense. It's difficult to generate that momentum, to justify in your own mind, I'm going to use boost to get this done. Is Lost. Reset, can't quite find a way past Furia. That has been an ongoing theme throughout this game. Now the drop down. Kyle almost caught Astromic out. Needs Lost to help him in. Back over to Astromic.
You see,
that was so good, Kyle. He didn't even care.
He's just waiting for it. I mean, they right now, once, you know, a few months ago, maybe, South America had trouble with demos, and right now they are expecting them. They have grown so much in so many different ways. We were talking about defense yesterday. Now we're talking about demos, how they are avoiding them, and now the chance for the club. Here is KB1 trying to put it on the upper 90 and didn't make it.
They've been maybe respecting Furia a bit too much. A lot of these shots, they're trying to find the perfect position where they could have gone for a much easier shot, a much more high percentage play, and that's been costing them.
Booming clear. Astromic back to his own corner. 20 seconds. The club running out of time, and they're running out of it very quickly. Furia, the team in a better position. Off the breakaway. Lost. Chase downfield. They finally got one of the hits. Can they create something of it? Jan's touch is a bit loose for the club. Follow up from Lost. He has to put it wide. Otherwise, he knew he was leaving the opportunity available. You get the pass back. That's a double miss. And Furia will wind down the clock. 2-0.
It took them too long. It took them too long to switch. I mean, it seems like Lost to be that person going for the bombs, going for the demos, and then allow for the attacks to happen. And in the end, they were trying to go for the pass. And like you said, I think, yes, they were respecting Furia a little bit too much. They were trying to go for those low percentage shots. Maybe they should go for some higher percentage shots and then force the defense to do something. But it seems like they are waking up a little by little.
It is scary to go for the high percentage shots against Furia when you see a player like Jan making those saves all on the goal line. It can be frustrating to be in that position when you think they're going to save everything. So you just try to edge that little bit more, and then you go too far.
It's something that has, ever since we started these live events, has been something that every team has got to get over. It's very easy to play a certain way in scrims. It's very difficult to do the same risky move when you know if it goes wrong, it's not just losing a scrim, it's maybe losing your place at this World Championship.
And the club has not been scared to do so. I have seen them many times with a ball, just trying to go for something that is very hard to get, like very low percentage, and they keep going after it. I love to see it that way because they're playing true to themselves. They're not playing scared. They're not, they're here to do the best that they can, no matter what happens.
And a lot of players we've talked to from around the arena have said the same thing. The club play the same way on the stage as they do in scrims. Incredibly impressive performance at their first ever World Championship. However, you really have to step up to take down Furia.
And interestingly, no timeout called. Is that something that you would have expected, Chimako?
Not really. They know each other. I mean, they have been losing by 1 goal, and that's it. That goal in the previous match, it was Card doing Card things. That's it. It wasn't like they were defending bad. They are stopping the passing plays. They are stopping the team plays from Furia. It was just such a good shot by Card that it went in. And right now we're seeing that. I mean, Furia, they're controlling the ball a little bit more than Club, but they are not going over the club's defense very easily.
So the club still looking for their first goal of the series. Time ticking away. It gets more panicky at this moment. Best of 7 feels long when you get to the stage. It gets to start feel all that much more shorter now when Kaio is trying to outplay. That was a 1v3 required. The club able to prevent it, at least for now, but keep an eye on those boost totals. It's all up to KV1 for now.
So all feeling very close as well for Furia. You start to see Card looking for the quick touch off the corner. That can also be given the option of taking a shot or an extra touch on the backboard, follow up from a teammate. You're seeing Yan go off the roof over and over again. You can see the impact he has. He just committed all 3 members of the club. If they can do it again, you might see the goal from Furia.
We might have a chance now. Kaio too fast on that defense. Yang's missing that one. Lost will take it on the backboard. That's Romik trying to get the clear, and Kaio will challenge that one. He wins it. Card went a little bit for the chain dash to confuse KV1, and now he's trying to get the center. He's fooling people one by little, and just getting the ball inches closer to the net until Furia has a chance to attack.
And this is really starting to get in the mind of the club. We're seeing a lot of double commits.
Right now, they just can't get out their own side of the field. KV1 tasked with putting together the first offensive play for the club. We are already 2 minutes in. Will they get it? KV1 lifted it from one side of the field and did not let it see anywhere near the floor until that ball was exploding.
It was up like a helicopter, and they're going to have to airlift Furia out from that one. He's got a freebie, the club up for the first time this series.
It's the cool thing that you see KV1, he was going for the bump, and the player knew it. The defender knew he was going for the bump, so he had to get away and try to get back to the ball. Such a hard thing to do. The club, with the first goal, as you mentioned, now they have the opportunity to hold on to that lead, and that was so close. I don't know. They have been doing this all tournament long, but I still get amazed every time that they're able to stop the ball in such short notice.
The club needs to make the most of this. They had 13 minutes of nothing going their way. Now the momentum has shifted. They cannot afford to let Furia retake the front foot. The ball cleared long to Yan, drops it down. What a shot! What a goal!
Call him King Midas, because every touch is gold here from Kaio. What a player to step up here at the land, and top left, that's beautiful.
That pre-jump from KV1 cost him a little bit. It cost him greatly, I should say, on that play. But I mean, they know each other. They know what to expect. And KV1 was on the right spot in the beginning. He just left the boost. He took the finger off the button and then fell down on that play. So we have a tight match. The first time both teams scored in one game.
Off the backboard, Furia want to get that counter punch. They want to get that second goal. As Card almost found the redirect. The club must win this one. We've mentioned it before, we will mention it again. No best of 7 LAN events in the RLCS have seen a reverse sweep. The club do not want to put themselves in a position where Furia, who came so close to that during the London Major, still couldn't finish it off.
And it's clear the club has recognized that. They are going a lot more simple, like we asked for, a lot more direct. The only thing missing is those deadly counterattacks. They aren't setting up for that midfield player to push forward for a quick pass, for a quick play that'll catch the Furia defense off guard.
Card. Wing in midfield. Can they get the ball over to him? No, instead lost. Doing what he does best. Takes the ball back into the midfield, but there's no support off the backboard. Kaio gets a second touch. That takes it away from Jan, but still the play is on. That's lost. Oh, he leaves it. Thought there was a possibility the shot was on net.
Hard from that area to see whether it's going to go on goal. He's so close to the other end of the pitch, and he's just trusting that that was on target. KB1!
There's another chance. KB1 was trying to push the axe out of the way. No luck on that one. Furia still doing a great job at avoiding the demos. Shot that goes towards the net. Kaio is able to deflect it. KB1 putting pressure, trying to get the pass. Kaio DG1 is getting the ball out of the way. Again, lost. Taking the ball down the orange zone. Yanks with the clear. Now the ball with 50 seconds left on Furia's side.
Lost. Might be able to give his team one final opportunity, but he's got to get rid of this ball first. Good win. Where's the support? KB1 sees his support. It was lost, but he gets the ball taken away from him. Will there be some 0-second magic? It's going to be Card's chance. Sets up for Kaio! Overtime!
Unreal! South America, unreal. That was so close to being the goal that would win Furia the series, but they just managed to hold on the club. And it's a moment like that that they'll be able to remember. If they can win this game, that could have been the moment that wins them the series.
Still very close matchup here. The guys from Furia trying to put some pressure. They did very well at the end of the match. Trying to continue that momentum on this overtime. The guys from the club struggling to get the clear and keep the ball on the orange zone. I mean, they're able to push it every now and then, but that's it. They're not putting a lot of effort in second or third chances.
Stromic doesn't get it good enough. It's off the crossbar. Nobody available. Furia looking to try and put this series well within their hands.
And they're pushing close. They've got the opportunity. They're starting to put the club in a dangerous zone.
They just needed a Justin shot right there, right? To put it on net real quick.
Back into the midfield. Kaio to V1. Card. Back up again. Furia taking their time, picking their spots. They know that they just need one more surgical strike. The backboard, but KB1's too good at the moment.
They can smell it, Shogun.
We were talking about defending the backboard, and they have done so well. The club has been, on top of that one. KB1 doesn't let anything. Oh, get up! The backboard so close. Card will try. He got the reason. We will shoot it all with the fangs, and no one there to continue the play.
They're feeling it. They can taste it, but they can't score it. Furia have had multiple chances, but when will they step up?
Lost. Looks to try and finish it. The club's only goal came from a 1v1 transition down to the opposite side of the field. That one didn't go for them.
Stromic was there to keep the ball on the orange side, but Kaio now with the midfield presence, trying to do something. Lost has been so good at doing the 1v3. Now Stromic with a shot, and Kaio was able to deny it.
Lost. He's finding his teammates in the midfield. He's outpacing Furia at times. He's going to do it again. He managed to get the 50 to keep the club in a good position.
Much like in the series, in this game, the club barely holding on. The Lost, has he got this one more time? Tried to go low, and Kaio read him the entire way.
The Lost, he's still got a chance. He's found the angle. What a save from Card, and not out of danger. The club are back in it.
Finally, they put all three players to attack, and this time they were able to get the goal. Card was not able to do everything by himself, and then KB1 nails it to give the victory to the club.
This series is not over yet. Furia had the chances, had the possession, had the boost, they had everything, except the most important part, they could not get the goal. The club hold off, get the game win, and crucially, avoid 4 match points for Furia.
The club, they've shown the ice throughout the wild card. They showed it yesterday against Dignitas. Once again in this overtime, they showed how cold they can be.
And I told everyone, don't think this is going to be an easy win for Furia. It's nothing like that. Every single game has been won by only 1 goal so far.
I have a question for you, Chimaka.
Go ahead.
Is this repeatable, or do the club need to find something else?
I think so. I think they did what they need to do. They had a very strong defense. Lost was so good at attacking the ball, at contesting the ball, and avoiding easy shots from Furia. We saw Yanks go all the way, we saw Card trying to go all the way, and every single time, Lost was there to control the ball, get the clear, and allow KV1 and Astromic then come into offense as well.
Well, if that is definitely the way that it can be repeated, I will certainly take it, because that was brilliant entertainment. Let's get into game number 4. Furia still well in the driver's seat. If they take this, it's still 3 match points. But the club, if they get this, all the narratives flip. They would be the team with all of the momentum, and it'll be Furia that'll be scrambling for answers.
And it's entirely possible. The problem with the club earlier on is they were getting all the pressure, but they weren't finding out how to make Furia panic. They did that in that overtime.
Now you see Astromic in the midfield as well. The back pass was good. I like it. It gives guards a lot of options to go for double. He's going for the bomb. Lost missed that one, but Astromic very carefully with the ball. Now with the pass for Lost. Lost with the second touch. A little bit too slow, a little bit too weak to get anything done to scare Furia.
Now 1 more shot. That first one's going to be high, but Kaio certainly knew that the pressure was on. In field, that one's on target, but not good enough to get it past Kaio. It's interesting to see now, because we saw an overtime that was very similar between Dignitas and Falcons. Falcons ended up winning it, and they were dominant for the rest of the series. But we got something here, the club won. I'm curious how this develops.
And it feels like that respect has gone away. All of a sudden, we've seen the club not just trying to take a simple shot, not trying to take a shot into the corner. They're looking for the double off the backboard. They're looking for a big play, and that's going to play into the strengths of especially KV1 and Lost, who have been great in those individual plays throughout the event.
Well, it's a matter of that. Furia is not being able to defend those backboards as well as they were doing before because of the way that the club is pushing now. Oh, that was a good clear. Oh, Lost with the save.
He always finds a way. Lost yet again. We mention his name over and over because he's always around. Double commit. It's up to Yan just to clear the ball. And not only does he do it, he finds the teammate. Now can they get the goal? He almost found the bump. But the club seem to understand where those are coming from.
And they've been pushing Furia in the midfield so much that we're starting to see Yan have to play defense the entire time. And that's going to be a problem. If they want to find some easy goals, it's going to be Yan the man and Card. Intercepted, Yan, he's missed it. You do not see that from Yan.
I think you can say hope is not lost when he's there in defense.
I liked it. I liked it. The whole arena turned on you there. I liked it an awful lot, Chimako, as we do see, again, another low-scoring game. It has not been the old school South America. This is not the South America that joined the RLCS all those years ago. We're out here seeing 6-7 goal games. No, this is the mature, the better, the dangerous South America that can flip the switch and score goals like that.
Top bins again from Kaio. Oh, the lad's on fire. He's looking slick.
That was a very fast play from Yanks. I mean, he went all in. He went for the pass. He didn't try to go for the second shot. And he went for the demo as well. And Kaio was there waiting for the pass. He knew exactly what Yanks was trying to do. And that was a beautiful executed goal from Furia.
Starting to see the proof in the pudding. I know T-Bates has been the biggest doubter of Furia, mostly because of Kaio and Card. But we're seeing both of them be the major factor in them getting into today and in today's performance.
So the club, team that has been counter-punching for a good while now forced to go forwards. And they're just going to keep going. If you've got enough muscles, you can get it over the line.
Well, it's meant to be the defense that stepped up, but maybe it's all the chaos.
It was, I'm gonna say, Lost was very patient on that play. He waited and waited until people moved out of the way, and he was able to get the shot on net. Now, time to go for the reason, and the bomb, KB1 will take advantage of that one. Stromic is waiting, just waiting patiently to keep the ball nearby. Yanks going all the way, as he knows, pass for Caio again! And Caio, the great one, just waiting every single time. He is so hopeful that Yanks will get the pass onto him. That he never doubts. He never doubts Yanks.
Brutal.
He got a demo in that.
Yes.
He outplayed and decided, I'm not had enough yet, I'm taking you out as well. That was as destructive of a play as we have seen this entire tournament. The club, yet again, have to chase.
The club now with 1 goal deficit. And we talk about it. Oh, he got it! Lost out of nowhere! He wins the 50 in the midfield. Again, there's a bunch of cards right there. And Lost, he just decided he's going for it. I mean, in between everyone.
If there's anybody in the world you don't want to mess with, it is the Brazilians. They've showed their strength, they've showed their muscle, and this time Astromic's the one to muscle them out.
On that play, though, it looked like Yan just got frustrated. He didn't need to come forward for that. He was in a good position to start with and just drifted away. Wow. But Card will bail him out and re-establish the lead.
The king has spoken, I guess. Oh my God, everyone was there. He just saw the place where KB1 was not able to defend. He decided, I'm gonna put it right on top of you. It's gonna be over you slightly. You will jump, you will try to boost, you will try to, you will suffer with this goal.
The Furia team has now turned in just your typical monster in a dream at this point. Every time the club think that they've got away, no, Furia have got closer and closer. They get more scary, they get more dangerous. Now Caio and Card in the backfield. They actually set up pretty well for Lost, who has got the 2 previous goals. Now can he get a set up for this one? 35 seconds, good transition. Work to do for the club.
I told you before, the club is never done. They keep playing, they keep hustling on these plays. So right now, they're doing so. They want to get the clear and they want to get the goals so bad. You don't see them down. They are still trying very hard to tie this match.
But they're in a tough position. They've spent a lot of time here in the defense. Furia drained them on boost. That's all you need to do if you want to win a game like this and take it to match point.
Off the backboard, Caio tries to finish it off. The more offense that the club are against, the less likely it is. Yan finds the floor. Furia have found triple match points.
Finally, we see some goals in this series. It had been a lot of defensive tactical series, if you wish to call it that. And now, all of a sudden, Furia is able to roll their sleeves, leave Yanks lead the way. He had 3 assists in this match, and then Caio and Card, just after the work is done, they're gonna make the easy goals.
Card has become a human highlight reel in this series, and well, he's the player that I would say is most known in the South American region. He is the one that everybody's looking at to perform as the king, and he's done it here in this game.
Take a look at that goal. The club have tried everything to beat Furia. They had one more thing left in their pocket, and they are now playing it. Timeout called. We saw yesterday, Jamarco, a big change from the club when they called their timeout. Are we going to get some more same here?
I wish. I wish. I mean, I want to keep watching this. Yes, I want all 7 games. And, they reacted very well last time with that over timeout. And I would say, again, it feels like they don't know that they're down. I mean, they want to keep struggling. They want to make this opportunity the best that they can. So I just wish, they know each other, they understand each other. I'm saying, how they understand Furia very, very well. So maybe we haven't seen some of the tricks they were doing before, some of those demos, some of those counterattack tactics where they were able to find each other once they got all the way into offense.
We've also seen they have been making the adjustments throughout the series, but nothing has truly stuck. Nothing has shown that they could be dominant. It has been close games. And sometimes it's the small adjustments that can make all the difference for a team like the club. I think just challenging early, a few more demos, just a little bit across the line will kind of throw Furia off for a loop.
Right now, for me, the big matchup for the club is finding a way in that midfield to get past Yan. Yan had one mistake in that previous game, and that's because he has been so confident at being aggressive on those midfield challenges, recycling the offense, that he might as well, because you would take one mistake over the 20 times he has kept the pressure going for Furia. If they can't get past him, this series is done.
We go to match point for Furia. One more and they go through to that top 8 for 3 times in a row from South America. Never making that top 8 in the early stages to maybe Furia being that team.
KB1 waiting with a fake for Caio. It helped, but Card with a very good positioning. Now, going for the center. No, for the shot. Card amazes me. Every single time I think he's going for the pass, he's just going for the net. He finds a way to put power, with good accuracy on those shots and just make everyone wonder, is he ever going to pass this ball? Oh! What a demo!
How did he find him? He's like a missile locked on. Astromic sees Caio going up. That's a very difficult angle from the backboard to read, and he's opened it up for the club.
Yan did it to them in the previous game. You might as well give them the receipt. The club won, Furia 0. And it's time to go to work for the club.
And this is the Astromic I wanted to see long before, because he has done that in online, in regionals. He goes all the way, he bumps people, he passes the ball, he lets the net wide open for KB1 and for Lost. For some reason, they stayed away from that, but he is very capable of doing so. Now, again, putting a lot of pressure, the guys from the club, they decided to, not be nice anymore. We're not gonna allow you any space to play the way you want.
That's going to leave them open on the transition play. But for the club, you saw from Lost's attempt to set up there. He went for fakes. He went for everything he could think of. There's no more time to try and give them that respect. You've got to full send. Your World Championship lives are on the line. KB1's aware of it. In comes Lost for 2. Off the backboard, double tap. Here's the last. They've sent everybody. KB1 has to buy his team some time.
And he did. The time he bought, he had the chance to boom it back, but probably it would have gotten blocked, so he decided to wait on it. And now, Astromic! I'm telling you guys, this is the Astromic I wanted to see. He has so much mechanics. He has all the skills. For some reason, during the tournament, he wasn't the guy. He wasn't shining, but it was his own decision. And now they need him, so he's stepping up.
This all started in the Fall Major in Sweden, with Astromic coming through and having a great performance that almost put the number 2 Stamsteed on the map over Vitality. And this is the Astromic we see once again on land.
There has been arguments about which region has the most depth. South America is right up there. These are 2 killers when it comes to meeting them in the bracket. A lot of regions out there, a lot of teams out there, happy that they are forced to take one another out of this. Has Lost. Second reset, gets a good block. Oh, there it is! Is that free? Yes, it is!
What's wrong with Furia right now? You should not leave that open. I mean, Astromic was right there. Even KB1 was very close to that one. So, bad rotation from Card. He wasn't expecting that at all.
He really thought that Caio had that. He thought that they were going to be on the attack, and he miscalculated. In a game where they were only 2 goals down and 2.5 minutes remaining, that's not the level of aggression that you really want to play.
Well, now you have to play it. You've got to get something going for yourself. Furia already looking like they will be second best in game number 5, unless Caio and the rest of them can put together the plays. That is step 1 down.
To be honest, I think they were doing so good at closing the gap, at not allowing any space. I'm talking about the club here. And then all of a sudden in this game, in this play, they allowed all the space in the world. They let Caio make the pass very free, very easily, and Yanks was just waiting for it. So this is something that you can't do. I mean, you can't start really hard, and then all of a sudden, let it go all to waste.
It's once again one of those plays where sometimes you're looking at Yan, and yet Caio's going to be the one to come out of nowhere with the space that Yan has built and do anything or more and set that one up for Furia. Now they're back in the game.
God, with Kaio trying to bump KV1, but KV1 had full intent to go for that ball anyway. Just gave him a little bit more urgency to do so. Furia have at least made this playable from this position. 3-goal leads with less than 2 minutes left. Do not get thrown away unless the club just had something catastrophic happen. And wait a minute, that might be what the storyline entails. Kaio with Card just behind him. Card's going to move back in, but choosing better of making the most of that play.
This defense from Lost was phenomenal. He saw the passing opportunity. He knew in his mind that he had a teammate behind him covering the net. A lot of players on this kind of stage would worry so much about the shot.
Wow.
And then he gets them out of defense at the same time.
I'm sorry, as you were saying about the passes and how you play against them, Yanks was waiting for the pass and, you know, I can't get to the ball, I'm gonna get to Yanks. I'm just gonna demo him and get him out of the way.
They always get something. They refuse to head out and come back with just about a couple of 100 boosts. They want the ball, they want your card, now they want that second goal, KV1. That was so quick. He was having none of that infield.
I'm so impressed with Kaio right now, that pass off the wall. It looked like he was going for the shot. That angle to every single defender was going to be on their net, and he managed to get it center field.
Card off the wall if Fury are going to make a game of this. Time is ticking away from them. That goal has got to come, and very soon at that. Kaio, oh, he went quick. Wants to see maybe if he could catch the club asleep on the goal line. Card, second opportunity taken away by KV1.
KV1 is just going all the way. He was gonna try. That was a beautiful play by KV1, just off slightly. It could have been the fourth goal for the club. And now, with only 10 seconds left, this is mathematically impossible for the guys in Furia to win this game, win the series. So we're gonna have a game number 6 between the club and Furia.
And now you start to believe. 3 games sounds ridiculously hard to do. 2 games, that's a bit easier, especially if you get it down to 1 game, when you're the team with the momentum going over to Champions Field. If the club can get this, they become massive favorites.
Especially when you have a player like Astromik stepping up. You think about the best teams in the world right now, the mechanical era. And it's the teams that have all 3 players that can make magic. Moist winning the last one. 3 players that can make magic. And the club have entered that conversation.
And I love how Astromik was able to step up without stepping on his teammates. He let Lost do his thing, he let KV1 do his thing, but he was, up front, attacking, getting those bombs, getting those demos, making sure that his teammates could play and could make goals as well.
Not greedy in any way, it was very selfless play. A lot of players who are feeling like they're in that carry zone start trying to do too much, start trying to score every goal themselves. That demo play, he was working it out for his teammates, still working as a trio.
This has been an absolute joy to watch. I'm going to admit a little bit of bias at this moment in time because I simply want to go to Champions Field. But before then, we have to take a detour through Neo Tokyo.
So we start on Neo Tokyo. Furia needs to start hard because they ended up that match knowing they would lost it, and they were not giving them their all. You could see that game number 5, how Furia wasn't giving 100% on the game at the end of the game. So they need to step up now on this game number 6.
So I'll think back to that 3rd regional of the last split, where it went to a game 7 in the upper bracket, and it was the club who managed to take it in an overtime, and will they be able to get to that game 7 again?
Was he hiding inside the goal?
Basically.
I do not remember seeing a blue car over there. Now it's off the post. Oh! And the bounce disagreed.
Again, Astromik doing his work now for the club. Yanks, watch it. He's got a pass for Kaio. Kaio's waiting for it. Second dot! So close! And KV1 is able to get it out of the way.
Now KV1 on the transition. Gets blocked out by Card. The club, though, looking for that all-important first goal. They've shown that they can do it on the counter-attack. They've shown they can do it when they've got pressure like this. Lost goes up, double commit. But Yan is the one that was holding his ground and just staring at KV1 in the midfield saying, I dare you, don't come over here.
Furia definitely feel like they know the club could come back here. There's been some panic There's been a lot of commits that we even saw Yan just slam the ball into the midfield. Worrying signs for Furia.
Yeah, Jack didn't have enough boost on that play, so that's why he went for that bump to the midfield instead of going for his classic air carry, basically. So yeah, but it tells you how good is the club now doing the boost start. They're starving a little bit Furia, and that helps a lot to avoid those great clears that Yanks can make.
KV1 chooses not to power the ball downfield. Instead, went for the couple of outplays, resets the field very slightly, but you do look at the boost totals on the club, that's pretty low. Thankfully for them, it was the player with the most that was tasked with saving. Half the game gone. No goal scored, early jump. Kaio might be able to keep this going, instead he leaves it. But the club, where they have got themselves very used to being in this series, stuck in their own goal.
I was gonna say, it will be scary for some other teams. The club, they have been thriving on this a lot recently in this tournament. So far, so good. As long as Furia is not able to make very long passes that throws you away, that moves the ball from one corner to the other, I think the club will be fine.
Stromic off the wall. That's where you just hold your breath for a moment when a Stromic gets the ball in the air, looks for the reset. Lost keeps the pressure on, steals some more boost, and now it'll be Furia that have to be very careful with how they use those boost totals. More steals coming out. KV1 to try and go away!
It's not a 1v1, it's a KV1. He's found the roof, he's found the extra touch, and over the top of Card.
If you saw him playing 1v1 yesterday against Abjack, you know he's capable of doing these things. He will throw you off. He will make it seem like, oh, I missed something. I missed click here or there. I don't have enough boost. And then all of a sudden, he will bang. He will attack very hard, very strong towards the net. And that's exactly what he did against Guard on that play.
Minute and 45 away from Champions Field. Kaio looks for a teammate. Card just sees his opportunity. Just intercepted away from him. KV1 off the wall, beats the ball by Kaio. No mistakes now allowed for the club.
This could be the test. So many times we see inexperienced teams on a one-goal lead just try and hold on, go too defensive, and it's cost them in the past.
It has now. Furia has to go hard. They need to get that offense that we have seen from them before. We have talked so many times about how Yanks is the most offensive player maybe in the world so far, but he hasn't shined as much in this series, maybe not even in the last two series that we have seen it. So he has to step up for Furia.
Furia take control of the play again, but it's a 2v1. Kaio scrambling, gets the ball back. But the club have got players everywhere. Backboard on the goal line, rotating in back post. There is nowhere that you will surprise them. And Furia cannot allow the club to take it for an edge without burning so much time off the clock, time that they need.
Start feeling it slip away if you're Furia. They can see this game going against them. They know the defensive power of the club, and they know that that is in their net, and that's going to put them towards that game 7.
I love this play because KV1 didn't have any boost. Still, he went for that ball. He forced Yanks to go a little bit harder on that one, and then Lost find the open net.
For Lost to go out, when they're on that one-goal lead, to go out of net to chase that intercept, that means that they know how to play this. They're not worried whatsoever about Furia.
Look to try and close the game out, but the game might already be done. Furia have to get something on this play instead. It's put right back over to them. Card, only as far as KV1. It looks like it's done. On Champions Field, here we come!
I'm feeling it, Shogun. I'm feeling it. Let's go. They're going to
it's not easy!
Or is it?
Don't call it yet. It's not over yet. Furia is going hard. 5 seconds left. Card with the, oh man, just receiving that ball. The save was a little bit too slow. And now, only 1 goal difference here.
It's a good kickoff. Kaio with support coming. Lost to put the ball on the floor. Will the club send us instead? Card takes the ball. He's past the Stromic. Then Yan can't get there in time. We hit the speed bump, but the detour is over. Champions Field is on the way.
In front of 13,000. They looked down and out the club. Nobody thought that they were going to win. Only Abjack predicted them. And now they've got the opportunity of a lifetime.
28 games now in the last 4 series. These two teams have played against each other. It couldn't get any other way. I mean, it couldn't get any other way. Now, man, forcing a timeout on Furia. It's incredible.
It's been a very nervous performance in that last game for Furia. Card and Kaio in particular have been crossing paths. They are the two players who often spend a lot of time at the back, kind of supporting, playing the same role, and it's time for one of them, I feel, to step up, move into a different position so they're not crossing paths so much.
Well, you mentioned stepping up. As South America got a new team to step up and fly the flag of not only the region, but of Brazil. Chamaco, you guys took over Dickies Arena and they have provided an excellent show.
They have indeed. I mean, I see this every other weekend, you know? I'm used to this. This is the kind of entertainment I receive every time.
This is just proof that SAM is the most entertaining region. Let's just say it, the best region in the world.
Wow. They're here to prove it.
They are your region's out.
I mean, OC is entertaining in a different way.
It feels nice to get the levity out of the way because we are about to go to where dreams are made.
This is the calm before the storm.
This is where Dickies Arena is about to get oh so loud.
And it's going to be so bittersweet because one of these two teams will be out of contention from the World Championship after this game, after these next 5 minutes.
I think a little bit more sweet than bitter too, because no matter who goes out, they went to Game 7. They've both proven themselves so much. And of course it'll be sad for the loser, but we got ourselves a series.
And what a series it has been. Furia, do they have the bounce back?
Furia contra el club. Tenemos juego número 7 aquí en el Dickies Arena para ver quién pasa al top 8 mundial.
Here we go again. Rocket League World Championships, Game 7, all of it to play for. And it should never be done any other way. Can the club do it? Can they dethrone the Kings? Or is Furia just too much for them?
It is the magic of Rocket League. It is why Rocket League is the best esport. When we go to LAN, these Game 7s just always feel so magical.
I was talking to Jack, and he says, I think the club play better. They do play better when they have these opportunities. Oh, Kaio! The great one! Doing it again with the read, with the second touch. And he was able now to give Furia their first goal in 2 matches.
A rare mistake from Lost, but nothing of the store from Furia. They're flying high, and they've got the first goal.
That's why you take the timeout. Take the wind out of the sails of the club and see if they have got the ice at this particular level. Astromic to Lost, who has really been the goal provider and scorer for the club over the past few games, but they're outpaced at the moment. Lost has to make contact, does exactly that.
They're spending a lot of time on the defense, the club, but in a different way. They're having to defend, having to make saves instead of challenging out. And against Furia, that's scary. A second goal might be enough.
I like the speed I'm watching now from Furia. It's different. They have more intention. They are really going for the 50s for the contest. And if nothing, they're going to win it. Now, Jax back there, the only one in defense, watching with Lost. Oh, wow, nice save by Jax.
Smart fake from Astromic.
Now on the transition, Yan gets hit. Means that the club can actually keep their pressure on. The card is in no rush whatsoever. In for Lost, puts it across. And Yan easily collects, but the pressure is still there.
See Yan stepping up on these big stages over and over again. In that case, he could have turned forward, covers the net for his team. It's kept them in the lead.
Off the ceiling, Yan to Card. Can't find the target. But Furia will not settle with this 1-goal lead. It's not comfortable in this position. Nothing on Champions Field is ever comfortable. But you might as well give yourself the buffer.
And this is a time where a veteran team shows up, and this is the experience that Furia has had for so long because they have been that #1 team. Now Lost has the chance against Kaio. Kaio on the defense. He took it away.
Just not enough. 2.5 minutes to find that little bit extra. Astromic off the wall, look for Kaio. But Furia will be dialed in now to those demo angles, to the routes that the club like to take. Lost again, looks to try and check it. There's no booming clears actually from either team. They're both happy to play the ball out from their own side of the field.
That's one thing we have seen from Lost over and over. He likes to maybe slow things down a little bit and control the ball a lot, and that gives space to Astromic and KB1 to get some boost, recover. Oh, what a dunk from Kaio! Kaio stepping up really big on this game, number 7.
It felt like a lull, it felt like a lullaby. And Furia is going to say goodbye to the club with Kaio scoring that one out of nowhere.
Brace for Kaio. 2 goals needed now for the club. In a game where they are struggling to find their opportunities. Lost and KB1 almost taking up the same position on the field. That's just straight back over to Yan, but gives it back over to Lost. Can they find the setup? Not quite yet. Club will just have to keep looking up. Every so often, they'll see that time getting away from them.
KB1 working hard here for the club with 1:30 seconds remaining. This is dire time for the club.
Only 90 seconds left. Now the club trying to push forward. Going everyone. Everyone is on that orange side of the field. Trying to the pass, trying to move it around. Maybe if they don't get the pass, at least they force Furia to waste a little bit of boost.
That was so good by Card. Wiped out the third man. The next person into the rotation. KB1, he's got past 2. Can he go for the outplay? He's got everybody! But a 1v3 is not possible.
You can send as many club members as you want, but it only takes 1 member of Furia to defend. They only have to hold on for 50 seconds, and there will be a championship Sunday.
Lost. Up against Card. No support for Card. Still keeps it out. Follow-up. Still! Card is too strong!
He's brilliant!
They still have a chance. The guys from the club were going for that pass once again. However, Furia being so good at controlling the ball. You mentioned it, no boomings. They are keeping the ball to themselves, so they have an opportunity to not forfeit the ball. In the Astromic, finding that upper 90.
You beauty! We thought that the club were out, but they will never give up.
Hold on. Here we go. 27 seconds. 1 goal needed. Can the club do it?
This is what we talked about, the magic of Game 7 on land. You can feel it. The club can feel it.
Now, Card trying to waste as much as they can. Lost, missing that one. Kaio again. Stroming needs to defend that one. Over Kaio. Yanks again on the net. Another chance. Yanks very slowly with that one. And now KB1, leave it to Lost. Lost con el drible. Va por el balón. Lost intenta hacer el tiro, pero no puede ser. La bola cayendo al suelo en este momento. Card la deja arriba. Viene KB1 hacia el centro para Lost. Lost con el disparo hacia la portería. Contra todo el mundo. ¡Lo va a conseguir! ¡No!
South America, thank you. Excellent, brilliant, sublime. Pick any word you want, it will still not be enough. Simply amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand up for South America. A team, a region that had been counted out for so long. They've come here, they've shown how to perform, and they've given you a show. Furia will move on to the top 8, but we will always remember the club at their first ever World Championship.
Standing ovation for the club, well deserved. And I'm telling you, this is a bittersweet moment for me. I love the club, I love Furia, but having to send them away, you know, by another Brazilian team in the game 7. It was so close. It was so contested. It's just wonderful what these guys were able to accomplish in such short notice. Because no one gave them the chance to be here. No one thought that they could make it all the way to the wildcard, that they will be able to do anything at the wildcard. And making it here to Saturday is just special to watch.
And that's the passion of South America. Chamaco, just one of them. But every member of the South American community have been so behind these teams. One of them goes home, but there is light at the end of the tunnel because Furia, once again, have a chance to take it all.
Furia will be the representative, and it is now up to them to take the mantle and finish the job, because Furia, having now qualified for top 8, go in as a team that a lot of people will predict to win it all. Show it proud, Chamaco. This was worth every moment of wait. A lot of us have been talking how we had to wait over the online period, but for South America, this moment has been even longer in the works.
Top 8 for Furia now. It feels surreal, though.
They can go further.
Yes, I mean, they have done top 6 twice now. Gamers 8, win it all. And now sending their brothers home. It's like it's a passing of the torch, right? Like they feel now the pressure that they're the only ones to do so. I don't have any words, man.
Well, I know whose words I want to hear from. Orb is with Furia on the stage.
Thank you so much. Dickies Arena, please give it up for your winners here in series number 1. You are now officially qualified for Sunday. Sigh of relief, maybe?
Yeah, big sigh of relief. That was a very stressful series for us.
I mean, you started off very strong, then towards the end you seem to have lost a little bit of steam. Was there something that wasn't clicking?
Well, when they took a timeout, they definitely changed their play style and they started playing it differently. So then we took a timeout and then we brought it back.
Is it a little bittersweet, right, to knock out another fellow SAM team? Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, they're always fun to play. You know, we brought them here when we got main group stage, so it's only right we sent them back home.
Do you have any message for them as you've sent them on their way?
Well, they're insane. They'll be much stronger next season, so I'm looking forward to that.
What does it mean for the players to travel all the way from Brazil here to compete on the biggest Rocket League stage of all time?
Well, I mean, we're always prideful, you know, as a Brazilian team, a South American team, so making it to playoffs is huge for us.
All right, so that's going to be it for Furia here this time around. Please give it up one last time for Furia. Now, we got more Rocket League coming your way, of course. Next up, we got NRG versus Semper.